All right, everybody, we're back with another nickel hunt. We're going to go ahead and get into it. So let's go ahead and see what we can find here. All right, they look like they're pretty well circulated rolls. So we'll go ahead and get these pulled out of the box and we'll be right back. All right, everybody, we got them all emptied out of the box. We're going to go ahead and get started. As soon as we have our first find, we'll bring you right back in. All right, we bring you back in here. We're on roll number 2. We do have our first find here, and it's looks like it's probably an oldie here. It's going to be a Buffalo nickel. Unfortunately, there is no date, and I can't tell if there's a mint mark. It is pretty worn down. Unfortunately, I do not have my Nicodate with me right now, so when I get back to where I have it, I will make a short, and I will go ahead and Nicodate this, and we'll get a date listed. So keep an eye out for that. But that's going to be our first find. We'll go ahead and get it set off to the side. We'll be back if we have another find. All right, I'll bring you back in. Looks like we actually have 2 olders here. This is roll number 4. We got a 1957 Denver. Go and get that set over inside there. And it looks like this other one is a 1953. Does that have a mint mark on it? Yeah, it looks like a 1953 Denver. Go ahead and get that added to this pile here. All right, let's go ahead and do a quick check here, see if we see anything else. 74. No, don't see anything else there. We'll come back as soon as we have another find. All right, I bring you back in. We are on roll number 7, and I found this. It's just a really odd color, and it's got full steps. It is. See if I can. Zoom in there. I mean, it's got really good detail on it. It's a 1992 Denver, it looks like. And let's see here. I don't know. It's just a very odd color. I don't know if that's toning. It feels kind of light too, which is very odd. So. Ping doesn't sound too far off. It does sound a little different. Let me go ahead and throw it on the scale here really quick, and we'll be right back. Okay, so it's on the scale. Came to, if I can get that to show there, 4.92 grams. So that's within tolerances. So must just have some sort of environmental damage or something. So cool look though. But we'll go ahead and get back into it. Same roll, reverse facing, as a Denver mint mark here. Let's go ahead and see. Looks like it's going to be a 1960 Denver. So we'll go ahead and add that to the pile. All right, let's just do a quick check here and see if there's anything more in here. This one looks kind of old. 1969 S out of San Francisco. We'll set that one off to the side. I think I have a better one in there already, but I'll turn 20. Oh, here's kind of a darker coin here. Ooh, that's a really nice looking 1959 out of Philadelphia. Let's go ahead and get that set off as well. That may be an upgrade. And that's everything in there. So let's go ahead and we'll be back if we find another find. All right, we were back at roll number 9. And reverse facing, we look like we have another buffalo here. Looks like it does not have a mint mark, so it'll be a Philadelphia. Let's check and see if we got a date on here. And it does not look like we have a date, but let me see if I can make it out with my little magnifying glass here. Take a quick look here. No, I do not see any signs of a date on there, so we'll go ahead and get this one added to our pile, and when I get a chance to nicotate them, I will make a little short on that, so, and we'll tag it to this video. Alright, let's just do a quick little search through here through the rest of this little pile. See if we have anything else. We got a reverse facing Denver here. Looks like a 1964 Denver. I have been keeping all the 1964 Denvers. I don't normally show them. I put them over in a pile, and then at the end I do check them for any of the varieties or double dives. And if I find anything, I will mention that towards the end of the video. But we'll go ahead and get that added to our pile of 64 Denvers. Let's go ahead and get back into here. We got a 65. Looks like kind of a nicer one, Philadelphia. Add that to the pile. See if it beats the one that we have in our thing already. All right, doesn't look like anything more in there. We'll go ahead and get back to the hunt, and we'll come back if we have another find. All right, we bring you back in. We are on roll number 16. It's been a little bit since we've had a find. This one, if I can hold on to it. Front obverse facing, 1956. It's actually in pretty nice condition. And let's see if it's got a mint mark. It is no mint marks. That's a Philadelphia. We'll go ahead and add that to our stack. And let's go ahead and just check so we don't have too many left in here. Oh, did you look at that? It looks like we do have another buffalo. And it does not look like there's a date on this one either. Let's see if we can see a mint mark. There's not going to be a mint mark on that one, so it will be a Philadelphia. Let me just check under my coin thing here and see if I see any signs of a mint mark on here. And I don't, so this will be another one that I'll be adding to get nicodated. So we'll go ahead and add that to the stack of them, and go ahead and keep going through here really quick, see if we have anything more. 1980. And nope, looks like we don't have any more finds in that roll, so we'll be back as soon as we have another find. All right, very next roll, roll number 17. We did have another find here. Looks like a 1954 out of, that looks like, is that an S-Mint? Oh, yes, out of San Francisco, 1954 San Francisco. All right, we'll go ahead and add that one into our pile here. I don't know if I have that one yet. Just going to scan through here. Oh, that's a really nice looking one. Let's see here. That looks like a 1963. That is really nice looking. Try not to touch it with my fingers too much. Out of Denver, huh? That is a really nice one. Maybe an upgrader for the book. We'll go ahead and get that one set off to the side over here. And we'll compare it at the book at the end of the thing. Let's go ahead and look through the rest of this roll here. Nope, doesn't look like there's anything more. So we'll go ahead and get back into the hunt. We'll come back as soon as we have another find. All right, we'll bring you back in. This is roll number 19. You do have a find here, and it looks like there's another one behind it, and maybe a couple more here further on in the roll. First one here is going to be a 1957 out of Denver. Go ahead and add that one to the pile there. And then looks like the next one here is going to be a 1953 out of Philadelphia. Add that to the pile, to the stack, I mean. 2022. Just kind of go through this together because it did look like there was a couple older ones in here. 88. 2000 to Denver. 80. That kind of, that's got a mint mark. Looks like a Denver mint mark. And it is another 1957. Add that to the stack there. That one kind of looks a little oldish. 1980. All right, no more in this roll. We'll go ahead and get back into it, and we'll come back as soon as we have another find. All right, and we are back. Roll number 20. Towards the end of it, we did have a find here. Looks like second year, 1939. If it does have a mint mark, it would be a key date. Looks like it is a Philadelphia, so not necessarily a key date, but we will check it for the weight because they did have what's called the Henning nickel, which was a counterfeit nickel made in 1939, as well as several other dates, but the most common is the 1939, and it's also one of the easiest ones, or more likely ones to find. The other ones, he got better with the weights and stuff, so it's very hard to tell the difference. So I'll go ahead and get right back. I'm going to grab the scale, and I'll be right back, and we'll go ahead and give it away. Also, you probably noticed that I changed the position of my camera. It was just a little easier for me to work with at this angle. I wasn't quite liking the other angle, make it a little tough. So let's go ahead and get this weighed. 5.07. I believe that's within tolerances. I think a Henning nickel is usually like 5.5 grams. So this looks like it's likely going to be a regular nickel. But we'll go ahead and add it to the stack because it may be one that we need. All right, we'll go ahead and get back into it. Or actually, let's just go ahead and go through the rest of the roll here really quick. Because that actually looks like it's going to be a 1961. Yep. And it is a Philadelphia, so we'll go ahead and add that one to the stack in case we need it. And just kind of go through the rest of this here. Oh, we got a reverse facing Denver. That means it'll be a 1964 older. It is a 1964, so we'll go ahead and add that to the stack of ones to check. For the varieties. All right, and those all look like newer ones there, so we'll go ahead and get back into it. We'll come back as soon as we have another find. All right, and we are back. It has been a minute since we've had a find. We are on roll number 28. We do have a find there, but I did want to mention a couple things here. As we were going through those, it looked like somebody had a bit of a had some fun damaging some nickels here. I don't know the date on this one. It does have a Denver mint mark on the back. And then this one here is just an 88, but yeah, they've got pretty wrecked up. I'm going to keep those off the side because they're kind of cool. All right, let's go ahead and go here and we'll check this. It's a 1942 out of Philadelphia. So that's an earlier, probably our earliest find, I think, today. Oh no, we had a 39. So second earliest, first out of the 40s. Looks like we have a reverse-facing Denver mint mark. It just slid down. That's another 1962. I'm going to add that to the stack there. I thought I saw a couple other older-looking ones in here. What is that? Nothing there. Nothing there. Oh, look at that. We actually have another Buffalo. I do not see any signs of a date. I don't see anything on a mint mark. Let me take a look here with my little magnifying glass. Oh, it does look like it could have a mint mark there, possibly an S. Can't tell, it's pretty mushed. I'm gonna have to nictate that for sure. Oh, I do have a date. It's really hard to see. You probably won't be able to see it on camera. It does look like it's actually already been nickodated. It is a 1916. Let's see here if I can get it to come through. No, unfortunately, it's not going to come through. But that is a... hold on. It might be a 19... Sorry, that might actually be a 1918. No, it's definitely a 1916. Yeah, it's a 1916. I think it might be an S, so we'll have to check that one out later. But it is 1916, so it's a pretty early buffalo. We'll go ahead and get back here to this roll and just kind of finish going through it here. We got 73. See if we have any more fun finds in here. It's a nice looking 81. Might set that one off to the side. All right, and looks like all newer stuff, so we'll go ahead and get back into the hunt. We'll come back if we have another find. All right, looks like we have an older one reverse facing here. Here's a Philadelphia. 1940. I think it's the first 1940 we found tonight. Go ahead and... Well, we had the 1942 earlier. And that's just a 2021. And, oh, 2009. That's kind of a harder date to find. We'll go ahead and set that one aside here too to our stack. So, all right, we'll go ahead and get back into the hunt. We have another find. We'll bring you back. All right, this is the very next roll. We do have another find. I did forget to mention that we were on roll number 30 previously. Actually, we were 2 rolls. This is roll number 32 now. Let's go ahead and get this first one here. It's going to be a 1953 Denver. And I was pretty sure I saw another older one in there, so let's go ahead. There's a reverse facing. Oh, we even got one I didn't see. Looks like a 1955 Denver. Alrighty. Here's the one with the reverse facing mint mark I thought I saw. 1941. There you go. Another older one. Let's see if we got any more in here. All right, I don't see anything, so we'll go ahead and get back into the hunt, and we'll come back as soon as we have another find. All right, and we are back. We are on roll number 39. It's been a little while. This was actually an ender. Reverse facing Denver. So go ahead and check it. Looks like it's going to be a 1960 Denver, so we'll go ahead and add that to our pile over here. And then I believe we actually had another ender, so I'm going to go ahead and I thought I saw, looked kind of like an older one here. Oh, and it is. Looks like a 1948 out of Philadelphia. So we'll go ahead and add that one to their stack. I don't think we actually have that one yet, so that'll be kind of nice. And let's go ahead and just kind of do a quick hunt through here and see if we see anything else. Oh, looks like we got a 1941 out of Philly. We had a couple of those already tonight. Oh, is that 2025? And that is. I got a stack of these so far. We got quite a few 2025s tonight. Oh, here's another reverse facing Denver. That's going to be a 1957. Add that to the pile there. That looks like a 1964 Denver, so we'll go and add that to the pile for checking for varieties. And 1983. All right, doesn't look like we have anything more. I'll go ahead and finish kind of going through this, and we'll come back as soon as we have another find. All right, we are back. We're on roll number 43. It has been a minute. We do have a find. It's an obverse facing 1956. It's actually just kind of a nicer looking one out of Philadelphia. We'll go ahead and add that to the pile there. And I thought I saw at least another one in here that was older, so we'll go ahead and kind of go through it together, especially since it's been a few rolls. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, we got one right there, 1946 out of Philly. Add that one to the pile there. Let's see, do we have anything more? Got a 1964 out of Philly. Add that to our check. That looks kind of old. Oh, 1958 out of Denver. Add that to the pile there. Oh, got another 2025. Add that to our 2025s there. Let's see if we have anything more in here. Oh, got a 1940 out of, oops, sorry, I was off. That was the 1940. It looks like out of Denver. And that looks like everything in here. I'll go ahead and finish going through these, and we'll come back as soon as we have another find. All right, so we're on roll number 45, and I didn't even look at the roll before I opened it. I just kind of opened it, and as I was putting it on the table, like, oh, we got an ender. So we got a Buffalo ender here. Looks like the reverse is in pretty nice conditions. Hopefully we got a date on this one. I am not seeing a date in the camera here. Let me see if I can see it with my magnifying glass here. No, I can't see it well enough with my magnifying glass, so we will go ahead and set this one in the pile, the ones to get liquidated, as soon as we get back to my house here. And I'm going to just go ahead and continue on this roll. I'll be back if I have another find. We are on the last roll, roll number 50. We'll go ahead and finish hunting this one together. I opened it up, I just took one coin off, and there was a reverse facing with a mint mark. Looks like a Denver. And that looks like it's going to be a 1952. So let's just see if we can find anything more in here. That one looks kind of old, the 64 Denver. It's going to go on the pile there. $20.25. $72. All right, it looks like there wasn't any more finds in there, so we'll go ahead and get everything sorted out, compare it to the book, and we will come back when we are done, and we'll go over all the finds. All right, and we are back. We got them all just sorted out. So we have 60s, 50s and 40s, 2024s, 2025s, and Buffaloes. So we had 10, 20, 30, 40, 53 from the 60s, 10, 20, 31 from the 40s and 50s, and I think there was like one in there from the 30s. I just went ahead and added it in with that. And then we had 10, 27, 2025s, 5 2024s, 5 Buffalo Nickels, and then those 2 damaged ones, which I'm going to kind of hold on to just because they're cool. And then over here, we also have a bunch of like the 2005 Philadelphias that we're going to check for double dies and stuff. I just always check those as well. And we're going to go ahead and get these added into the book, the nicest ones of them. And then we will move on. I'll check for varieties and stuff. And after that, I will bring you back with what we have found. All right, everybody. We are back. I just got done going through the 60s here. So out of the ones we've upgraded, we have the 69S. This one's just slightly better, and the reverse is slightly better. The 1969D. The obverse is definitely better. The reverse is about the same. So I'm going to go ahead and change that one out and that one. And then we added a 1965 Philadelphia. We changed out the 1963 Denver because that one was definitely, sorry, that one there was definitely BU or near BU, substantially better than what we had. And then we changed out the 1962 Denver. This one was just slightly better. So we'll go ahead and change that one out. All right, that go ahead and finishes this book. We're going to go ahead and get into the earlier date book, and I'll come back as soon as I have that gone through. All right, we did have a couple of additions and a couple of finds. Our first edition is going to be the 1939 Philadelphia. We did not have that one previously, so we'll go and get that one added. Next edition is going to be the 1940 Denver. We also did not have that one. That one does not want to press into the book. I'll get that in here. And then the next edition is the 1942 Philly. Not silver. And then no more on that page. 1946 over here, we had a upgrade. So we'll get that one changed out here. And it's only slightly better, not a ton, but enough that I'm going to go ahead and change it out. Our next edition is going to be this 1948 Philadelphia. And then our last edition on this page is a 1952 Denver, which we didn't have before. That's actually a fairly nice one. And then on the last page in this book here, our 1953 Denver, or 1953 Philly. This one's slightly better, so we'll go ahead and get that changed out. I'll do that here after. We did add a 1953 Denver, which we did not have previously. We added a 1954S, which we did not have. Okay. And then our 1957 Denver, we did find one that's just slightly better details. We'll go ahead and get that one added in. And then our 1958 Denver, we also found one with slightly better details. We did find a nice lower mintage, 1959, and it's got this really dark coloring to it. 59 Philadelphia. So we'll go ahead and get that one added to the book here. I think they may call that, when it's like the planchett's a little darker like that, they call it a black beauty or something like that. But okay, I'll go and get the rest of these switched out really quick. But that's everything, all of our finds for the books. And then we do have those 5 buffaloes, but we'll get those liquidated at a later date, and I will make a video on that. Alrighty, we will go ahead and finish going through the other coins here that I got to check for varieties and stuff. And I'll be back with any additional finds and a wrap up of the video. Alright everybody, we're back. Took a little bit to get through all that, but got through it all. No double dies, no errors, no varieties at any of those. No marks or anything tonight, but we did have a couple of really good finds, so we got those added into the book. Got some upgraded. We are going to be doing another hunt tomorrow night. We'll be hunting this box. It's a collection box from stuff that I've collected over the last few years. Before I had these books, before I had a YouTube channel. So we're just going to go through them, kind of see what all I have, because I don't remember what I have in here, and see if maybe I have any additions or anything to any of these nickel books. I also brought my other books that I have with me today, and we'll see if we have anything to add into those. And everybody have a great night, and have a great Thanksgiving. Probably actually won't be doing the hunt tomorrow. We'll probably do it on Friday. Or at least it'll be uploaded on Friday. Alright, have a great night, and we'll see y'all next time. Please like and subscribe, and then if you'd like, I also do have a Whatnot channel where I sell a lot of my error finds and things. You're welcome to add me on there. I am planning on doing a show in December. I will update you with an exact date. As soon as I have one, it'll be on one of my future shows. So, alright, we'll see y'all later.